comfortable. Easy.
This is Eliton Melamine,
You can sit here.
Breatharian, and here I am at the Breatharian retreat in Pune, India. And right now we're going to talk about not the regeneration of cells, but the generation of cells, because cells don't regenerate.
Yeah.
Now this is a good person here. I got Dilip. That's how you pronounce it?
DILIP.
Right.
Dilip.
And we've been talking about when you're making this transition, how it is a process, it's not overnight. Because the cells is actually going to go through a transition. They got the last memory of how we've been behaving, and now this new behavior, you want to change your lifestyle in this inward battle that's going to take place both internally and externally. Now you're connected with a lot of the philosophies here that already been here of what we're talking about. So you could explain more.
Right. See, we are made of number of cells. Thousands and thousands of cells. Maybe millions of cells. Now, what we in Indian philosophy say that Pindite Brahmandi. That means a cell has everything what this universal has. Okay, the cell within us is a complete being by itself. It has everything. It has a brain, it has a body, it has an intellect, it has a memory, it has everything. Okay, so
His own person.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's a cell is you itself, a human being. If elitom, a cell is a elitom by itself. Okay. So whatever you are as a whole, you are there in that cell, and whatever you are in the cell is you are as a whole.
Awesome.
Okay, entire thing. So these cells, they say the life of the cell is 7 years. Okay, and every time the cell is new cell is born and the 7-year-old cell is gone. Okay, so what happens? This is a process of evolving ourselves.
Our
So-
transformation.
Yeah, transformation. So whatever you are right now, that is how you generate the cell.
Right.
So if you start your transformation, there is a thought, because there's an energy. Thought is an energy.
Right.
So if you are with some energy, that cell generates the new generated cell has that energy. Okay. So once we are shifting from one lifestyle to other lifestyle,
Listen
one
at
thought
this.
process
Right.
to other thought process, one state of being to the another state of being. I may call it as, when we are talking about this thing, a state of higher, from this state of higher state,
Right.
this state of thoughts to a higher state of thoughts, from a lower state of being to a higher state of being.
Right.
So it is moment to moment happening. Okay? It's not instantaneous. It's a process, you know. So in the process, the new cell is generated. Whatever we are right now, that cell is generated.
Right.
If we are aware of this about food and its concept, so the cell which has been generated at this moment has that memory.
Right. So it got the new memory that you want to become.
Right.
I got
So
you.
it begins with the cell which has been produced right now, generated right now. So we have to be in that process continuously. If there's a fluctuation in the thoughts, to be or not to be,
Right.
the cells also generate into that form.
Right.
So there's a confusion
A confusion going on what's inside.
within inside. The cell themselves get confused, and then we as a whole get confused. Okay? So what is there? There has to be a consistency in our thought process.
A consistency.
Yeah.
Got you.
Catch it. So when we are in the flow, we don't have to divert ourselves here and there. So we have to be in that process. Now what happens when this cell is generated? It has this memory of whatever you're putting the input from outside.
Right.
So that goes in there, that it becomes its memory, it becomes its culture.
Right.
Okay? So now what happens? There's a cell generation happening with this new thought, new energy, new level of being. So your being starts changing.
Right.
step by step. So there's a period, after 7 years, or maybe somewhere between 5 to 7 years.
Right. It's process.
Yeah, it's a process. So there are new cells with a new, new understanding, with new energy, new level of being. And there's an old group of cells.
Old group of cells.
Yeah. So what happens? Change, nobody wants.
Right. Nobody wants change.
Even the cells don't want change because they are comfortable in whatever being they were born.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So what happens? Now the older cells are larger in number, always, than the new generated cells.
Wow.
The new generation of cells. So the old generations will always like to impose their being on the older ones. The old culture is still they want to keep it intact.
They want to keep their power.
Yeah. So there's a tug of war, we may say. There's a pull pressure is there.
Internal war going on
Internal
inside.
that is happening.
Well,
So,
everybody dealing with transformation.
yeah. And then there will be a stage you will be confused to be or not to be.
Right.
You know whether you are right or you are wrong. You don't know that. So that is a time we have to have a force which will guide you.
Right. You need backing.
So that is why we say a guru is required.
Right. You hear that? A teacher, a guru.
He is required.
He's required.
There's a difference between teacher and a guru.
Right. Okay.
Probably teacher may not follow what he teach,
Exactly.
but guru, he follows, and by his being, he gets a student.
Listen at this.
Yeah.
Very important teacher. That's
So-
a whole other class in itself.
Yeah. So you have to be a guru by you being that way. So you inspire the person. They say, yes, it is possible. Ali Tom is doing it, so it's possible. So as the cells sense what is happening outside.
So
Right.
due to some injury,
Okay. So the cells also are aware. They have senses. So they sense what is happening outside. Okay. So the feel also is there. So they get an energy from outside saying, yes, it is possible.
Right.
So the older cells, the new cell become stronger, and they don't listen to the older cells.
Oh, here we go. The coup attempt.
Yeah. So they don't listen to the older ones. So they don't fight with the older ones.
Right.
It's not fighting with the older ones. They become strong.
They become stronger.
Strong. So the older ones know that they are not going to listen. So they get retired.
They give up and let the new government take over.
So they say, let it happen. Okay, let me now rest.
Right. Exactly.
So then after 7 years, exactly, the new cells start taking over. Okay. And then your being level starts developing after 7 years. 1 to 7 years is a process where you are entering into a new style of life.
A new style of life, new transformation.
New transformation. It takes 7 years.
7 years. Not no 21-day process like they was talking in the past.
No,
This is something
it's
else.
7 years.
Right.
If you looked at the cellular, micro level. Okay. It's then after 7 years, then the process becomes easy.
Now
then
it becomes easy.
it cannot be dropped out.
Right. Exactly.
It becomes, in totality, it becomes the whole thing, the thought and the new system. It is you now.
It's you now.
Yeah. And then you start building yourself.
Right.
Yeah. And the new understanding comes.
A new understanding.
There's no
A
confusion.
new energy. No confusion.
No, the new experience starts coming. Okay. Then you will start learning by yourself,
Exactly.
experiencing by yourself.
You got a new
Sensing,
identity.
yeah, sensing by yourself. Then you know what is right, what is wrong.
Right.
Okay. Then you have your own thing. They see in this any process there is no set link. This.
Right.
Because we are living beings.
We're living.
So every person has his own memory, being, biochemistry, everything. Okay. He has bioenergy also. It's a different level.
Exactly.
So he now after 7 years, he himself, at the cellular level and the holistic level, he knows what is to be done. He knows right and wrong.
Know it.
Then his sadhana, what we say.
The truth is in you.
Yeah, he chooses his own thing.
Awesome.
His being level comes there. And then the process is there. It happens up to 14 years.
14 years.
Yes. So 1 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then he is at par. He has transcended everything.
Exactly. Got stronger, a whole new being, a whole new identity.
Right. Yeah. So
Transcended.
He is transcended. So it takes steps. Now in Indian ethos, what they say, see, like we were talking, fasting.
Mm-hmm.
In English, there is only one word for fasting. That is fasting.
Right.
But Indian philosophy, Indian mythology, scripts, they say, for this, there are 3 stages, or the 3 types we say. One is Langan, they say.
Mm-hmm.
Langan,
Langan.
that is also fasting. Okay, in a way, it is a fasting. But that is not, you don't decide.
Right.
The body decides.
The body.
Why the body is deciding? Because there is something very tremendously wrong inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now the body, if wants to protect itself.
Right.
So what it will do? It will reject.
Uh-huh.
They say no, nothing poisonous coming inside.
Sort of like animals in the wild stop
Right.
eating when they get
Yeah,
sick.
Same thing. So they started at a very early stage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you stop, and that is a curative stage. That's a medicine.
Right.
That is a treatment for you. The body says this is the treatment.
This is the treatment.
And you, if you don't listen, and if you still enforce yourself, then you will be facing the music.
Right.
Okay.
There's a price to pay.
Yeah, there's a price to pay. So that is why we land in disease
Mm-hmm.
when we don't sense ourselves. So we have to listen to the body. We have to be so sensitive.
You have to.
So if you don't, then you pay. Now this is Langan, that is you are curing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're overcoming whatever has been gone wrong, you correct